Rich Callahan. I'm from RDC Orchards. We're out here on Bench Road by Othello. I've tried one of these sonic nets because I've had some problems with birds in the past. I've got an area that's a nesting area for birds, and I figured let's try it in my worst area and see how it works. And so that's what we've done. Normally they've been pecked to death, and with labor and the different situations we're in on trying to keep costs down, you're looking for any alternative to make it easier and more efficient. I don't think you're ever going to get rid of totally all the birds, but if you can get rid of 95, 99%, I mean, that's way better than what we've got, because, I've done everything that I've known about in the past that everybody's told me about, whether it's grape extract or sugar or streamers or the little cap guns that you shoot in the air, mechanical. I mean, we've done everything from trapping to, I don't think there's anything we haven't tried.
Okay.
And so at this point, somebody's got something. These come out of California area. They've used them in the blueberries and the vegetables, and they said, hey, let's give it a shot. And I have nothing to lose, everything to gain if it works. But it appears at this point to be working. And it's experimental. I mean, they're just coming out with them. I'm the first guy in Washington, but we got to try something. And I have, these are Chalans, and then we've got, I've got some early wildfire galas and premiers. And so I have the first stuff in my area that's ripe. So obviously the birds are going to want to come to my place, because whenever you have the first ripe fruit, I think a bird knows it more before anybody else. So with the that gala that I have and the Honeycrisp, those early gala and Honeycrisp, we're going to bring these over after we're done with cherries. Should work really good in those, I'm hoping too, because the birds seem to like them, because like I said, I'm the first one that has something out in the orchard around me.
So are these portable units? How do they operate? Are they?
Yeah, it takes about 15 minutes. They're just on a slide, a little 2-inch square tubing slide, and you hammer the base in the ground, you bolt it in, and they have a solar unit that comes with them, and a box that's got all the batteries and the packaging in them, all the electronics equipment, and you just it takes you about 5 minutes to move them, but it's really, you figure how much time it saves, 5 minutes is pretty easy. Maybe 10 at most, but it really doesn't take very long.
Now, in this block here, you pointed out some areas that birds typically live in that also contribute to your past problems.
Yeah, to the east we got a little bit of a wet area, and you have the Russian olives and a bunch of different other stuff, and obviously birds like it because it's not really messed with. It's in a kind of a lower area, and so I really wanted to give it a test. If it'll work here, it'll probably work anywhere.
Well, let's walk up and listen. Just kind of talk about, I guess, what we're hearing.
What it is it was explained to me. It's similar to like if you're at school and somebody scratches on the chalkboard or some sound that just drives you crazy. That's they said it's kind of like that's the same pitch or tone to a bird that they don't like. And what it does is it kind of interferes with their communication. From what I understand, if birds can't communicate, I'm not an expert. If birds can't communicate or it's in a tone that they don't like, they just want to get away from the sound. And that appears to be what's happening at this point.
Okay.
So, we're walking up to it and it gets louder and louder. It looks like it's going to do at least 4 acres. We figured about 1 per 4 acres. And this is about a 12 or 14 acre block. We got 2, but it seems they're a little bit on the fringes on the outside, but you really don't see them. They'll fly over, but they don't really seem to want to land in the orchard very much. They kind of hear it and they just kind of veer away.
And these can also be directional, right?
Yeah, it just wherever you can hear it, wherever you can hear that sound, if they can hear it, if you can hear it, they can hear it. And so, we're getting closer to, obviously, it'll have the solar panel, and you hear that noise, and it's just kind of, I guess birds don't like it.